Hi, this is Raju Hirani, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hangama.
Well, finally I have with us one and only one, Raju Hirani. I've been desperately pestering him and requesting him that we have to talk because it's truly a learning experience each time meeting this man. And Sanju, everyone is talking about it. So, pleasure having you back on Bollywood Hangama.
Hi, brother.
And how's the feeling now? So, a few days to go. I think 11 days.
Yeah.
Tentatively, yeah. So, how's the feeling right now?
The good thing is कि काम हो गया पूरा. The print is out. So एक बार वो हो जाता है तो you come into a relaxed zone and then you can say चलो अब ये सब कर सकते हैं, बातें कर सकते हैं.
Right.
So yeah, it's a good feeling कि जो करने निकले थे वो हो गया है. पर एक थोड़ा स्ट्रेस तो हमेशा होता है कि यार फाइनली लोगों को कैसा लगेगा.
जी जी.
क्योंकि मेरे लिए भी एक फिल्म थोड़ी अलग सी है. क्या होता है एक बार आपको थोड़ा सा ठप्पा भी लग जाता है, एक टैग लग जाता है कि आप एक ऐसा बनाते हो यार, आपकी फिल्म में थोड़ी कुछ बात कोई कह रहा होता है, कुछ मैसेज होता है या कुछ बहुत लाइट हार्टेड होती है. सो दिस आई ट्राई टू ऑब्वियसली डू समथिंग विच इज़ आउट ऑफ माई कंफर्ट जोन. पर आई एम जनरली प्रीटी हैप्पी विद इट.
Right. So, what is the duration of the film?
The duration is about 2:35.
35 minutes.
35 minutes.
Okay. Now, as I was mentioning, I was watching your interview recently at El Jebra that happened last year, and you spoke about editing, the entire idea of editing, because you're a trained editor, and you really enjoy that. So, once you've shot a film and you're editing it, what is your entire situation like? What is your mind space like?
See, editing, I find that to be the most comfortable position I'm in. एक होता है लिखने का प्रोसेस वेयर व्हाइल यू राइटिंग यू गो थ्रू मेनी डार्क डेज. ऐसा लगता है यार ये आइडिया नहीं आ रहा है कुछ, यार ये मज़ेदार नहीं हो रहा है. तो दैट डेज व्हेन यू डोंट गेट एनी आइडियाज. सो देयर इज लॉट ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी इन दोज डेज. फिर स्क्रिप्ट हो जाता है, देन व्हाइल यू शूटिंग इज अ जर्नी, इट्स मोर एग्जीक्यूशन. इट्स यू आर वर्किंग विद 200 पीपल ऑन द सेट्स एंड सो इट्स आई वुड से मोर फिजिकल लेबर देन एनीथिंग एल्स. बट एडिटिंग इज अ स्टेज, इट्स अ वेरी मेडिटेटिव स्टेज कि अब आपका सारा काम हो गया, आपका सारा मटेरियल आपके सामने वो एक स्क्रीन पे है
जी.
अब आपको उसको बैठ के इसको शेप देना है. एंड आई लव एडिटिंग माई सेल्फ, सो आई एक्चुअली सिट हैंड्स ऑन एंड आई कैन ऑफ लॉक माई सेल्फ. मैं सबको बाहर भेज देता हूँ कि अब 3 महीने इस कमरे में मत आना और मैं अकेले बैठ के उसको करता रहता हूँ. सो दैट्स अ जर्नी आई एंजॉय.
Right. Okay. Many times we've seen that filmmakers they tend to become a bit indulgent, and that it's very easy to fall in love with what you've shot. But as you say that you believe in both you and Abhijat, you believe in LCD, that is laughter, cry, and drama. That if these elements are not there in a particular scene, you just mercilessly chop it off. The fact that you can be objective, and the fact that you have that element of understanding that what really is working for you will work for people as well. How important is that for you? And do you feel that is the reason for your relevance?
I don't know that, but see, I think the film is bigger than an individual scene. So even if you think you've spent a lot of days getting that one scene right, but in the larger scheme of thing, if that scene is not working, you have to be merciless and say कि छोड़ दो इसको, निकाल दो. वर्क नहीं कर रहा है फिल्म के लिए तो वो कुछ तो आपको खुद ही समझ में आने लगता है कि वर्क नहीं कर रहा है, निकाल दो. कुछ ये होता है कि आप जब फिल्म दिखाते हो लोगों को, एट दैट स्टेज यू स्टार्ट सीइंग यार पीपल नॉट रिएक्टिंग वेरी वेल टू इट. सो आई एम प्रीटी रूथलेस ऑन दैट. इट डजंट मैटर टू मी, आई माइट हैव स्पेंट 7 days shooting it, but if it's not working, I will ruthlessly remove it.
Right.
So in isolation, if you sometimes will see that those scenes are very funny by themselves, or fantastic. Like even in this film, we've removed a song actually, which we shot, and in isolation I love that song. It's very nice, but मुझे लग रहा था फिल्म की पेस को रोक रहा था उस वक्त पे आके, कहानी को तोड़ रहा था. तो we had to, you have to, sometimes the worry becomes कि यार ये एक्टर ने शूट किया है उसको ऐसा लगेगा, but then you have to see the larger picture and say नहीं यार मेरी फिल्म नहीं खराब होनी चाहिए.
Right.
तो उसको निकाल के फिर हम अलग से दिखा देंगे लोगों को.
Right. No, because I think it has happened in the past that I think you guys were making Munna Pai a part 3, but you're not happy with the script, and you guys decided that you don't want to make it. So that's the fact that you tend to be ruthless the way you said. I think that is the reason why your films are so eagerly awaited, and everyone is literally swears by Rajkumar Hirani. I believe when Sanjay Dutt was out on payroll, and you and Abhijat Joshi, you spent around 25 nights with him, and he just literally opened up. So you've said that he just bared himself, and he was absolutely honest. So when people just look at the entire trajectory of Sanjay Dutt's life, there have been so many ups and downs and so many things which have happened, and be it his relationships, be it his public space. How sure are you that whatever he has told you is the truth?
See, that was our first concern. When he started narrating, and the story which he was narrating was so unbelievable that Abhijat and me thought that this can't be true. Like, I'll give you an example. Once he told us that once he was in Chicago and for one India Day parade, and Obama was with him, and they were walking on the streets. He said, I was walking with Obama on the street, and suddenly a lot of people saw me, some Indians saw me, and they came running towards me, like, Munna bhai, they came running to me, and Obama was left behind. तो हमने कहा यार ये थोड़ा सा unbelievable सा लग रहा है. Then Abhijat went to track it down, and then he found an article in Chicago Tribune which described this whole thing, and then we figured out Obama was not the president then. This was in 2004 or 5. He was the senator there, or the governor. So, and they said exactly happened like that. So this is one of the stories I'm saying. So our primary task was to see whatever he's saying is true. So it's not only that we've heard the story only from Sanjay Dutt. Sanjay Dutt was the first source. Then I heard it from his friends, heard it from Priya, Kumar Gaurav, uska ek friend hai Benny, uska friend hai Paresh, who stays in US.
Yes.
Then I met the cops. I met Rakesh Maria to hear his version of because especially that version we had to be very
sure.
honest. So we took out his judgments, his charge sheets. We've been through all that. I met a lot of cops. I met some of his lawyers. So we got a pretty well-rounded narration of this thing, and in that I realized that he was not lying. There will be minor variations which are spoken variations hote hain. And Sanju is a good storyteller, so he can say it in a very interesting way, which somebody else might tell you in a very flat way. But more or less the stories were pretty truthful. Right. That's the reason we decided to do it. Otherwise, there would have been no reason to make this film.
Right. In fact, that's what Ranveer said, that that Rajkumar Hirani has no reason to make a propaganda film on Sanjay Dutt.
No reason. Yeah.
Right. So, what you did for him in terms of Munna Bhai films that have really changed his life and image in a huge way. People still refer to him as Munna Bhai, and a do-gooder, someone who believes in Jadoo Ki Jappi, someone who believes in Gandhigiri. And but when you hear around you that it is said that is it an attempt to whitewash Sanjay Dutt's image in a way? How do you react to it?
See, Munna Bhai we made not to whitewash his image. We made a film because we wanted to make that film.
Right.
अब उस film की वजह से उसका image थोड़ा better हो गया, तो that's you can never do something to say कि यार मैं इसके लिए ऐसा करूँगा तो ये हो जाएगा. You're making a film. I made Munna Bhai because I wanted to make that film. I made Lage Raho Munna Bhai because that's a story I loved about Gandhi, and he happened to be the actor. So every actor, every technician, every director, everybody from the film benefits if the film works. If the film doesn't work, nobody benefits.
Sure.
Now coming to this film, I want to very clearly state that I actually have no reason, because you spent 3 years making a film. So there's no reason for me at this stage of my life to make a film to clear his name. वो क्या होगा, तो जेल से निकल गया था, he's leading his life, so I don't really need to. I'm not an out of work director. You know, if I have no work, if I'm not getting work, then I will say अच्छा यार मुझे film मिल रहा है, इसके लिए मैं कुछ भी कर लूँगा, तो that's another story.
Sure.
I was writing Munna Bhai then, and I happened to meet him, and when I heard this, my greed as a filmmaker is an interesting story.
Absolutely.
If somebody tells me one story sitting in Raipur, पता लगे एक रायपुर में एक राइटर बैठा है, यार कमाल की स्टोरी है, मैं तो उसके घर पहुंच जाऊंगा, यार मुझे ये स्टोरी दे दे. So as filmmakers, we are always greedy for great stories. When I heard this story from Sanju, I said, yaar, it's a great story lying to be told. And we should say it. So we actually kept Munna Bhai aside and started work on this film. So and if it was to whitewash, you've seen the trailer, we wouldn't It's been told in. It's
I'll
told.
come to that, yeah.
It's been told in all honesty.
Right. Yeah, because when we see the trailer and when we hear stuff like that, in spite of being involved in the bomb blast case, he was still talking to the underworld.
आपका बेटा बेल पे है, फिर भी अंडरवर्ल्ड के साथ बातें करता है। पिछली 12 फिल्में फ्लॉप है। In short, finished.
That is something that has never been acknowledged by Sanjay Dutt ever, and we are seeing that in the promo, even in terms of his love life, his relationships, the way he's candidly saying that he's had like 350 relationships, speaking about prostitutes.
अपनी बीवी के अलावा तुम और कितनी औरतों के साथ सोए हो?
प्रोस्टिट्यूट्स को गिनूं या उनको अलग? नहीं, उनको अलग रखता हूँ। 308 तक याद है। चलो आप सेफ्टी के लिए 350 लिख लो।
And a lot of other things as well, and be it the drugs and a lot of other things as well. That in itself, I think, is a brave thing to do. Many people would not be comfortable with bearing that.
Sanju's bravery, I think I would say, he narrated the story, and my first thing with him was कि I will say it the way I'm hearing it, the way I'm analyzing it, and I'm not going to do it to whitewash. तो वो तो उसके माइंड में था ही नहीं, उसने तो उसको लगा कि बता दी तेरे को बनाना है बना ले. But he's not even come and seen the film till now. If anybody else in his place would say मेरे को बता दो मेरी फिल्म आने वाली है 2 हफ्ते में, मुझे बता दो तो क्या है. So I think he's, when you've lived that kind of a life, when you've seen jail, you've been through drugs, I think beyond a point you don't care. जो नाम का मलाइन जितना होना था वो हो चुका है. वो कहता अभी तुम क्या कर लोगे यार. He's, I think, at some level beyond all this, that he doesn't care what the world thinks about him.
Right.
So he's saying बनाओ. मैं उसको रोज बोल रहा हूँ आके फिल्म देख लो. कहता मैं नहीं बाद में देखूंगा. In fact, I've just convinced him. I said, you please see it. So he's going to hopefully see the film in a few days.
Oh, great, great. So it was also said about the fact that that if you are excessively just involved with drugs, it affects your brain cells, and a lot of decisions that you make after that, a lot of actions that you do after that. So basically, you don't have control over them as well. Apparently, he was totally drugged out when his mother passed away. So he didn't know what really was happening at that point of time. Do you think from this perspective that maybe it was one of the factors why a lot of decisions that he made maybe did not go in the right manner, because somehow it had impacted his entire personality and physiology?
No, you see, there was a phase, those few years from Rocky, a little before that, a little after that, when he was excessively into drugs. He says that there was nothing he had not done. हर किस्म का drug he had done.
जी.
When he went to the rehab, the doctor asked him to mark all the drugs he had done, and he marked out all the 200 drugs का list. So he had done everything, and then he was in rehab for 1.5 years. But when he came, which was in the 80s, until date, he's not touched drugs. Even if he sees somebody, he'll go and give him a lecture that how, because he saw that how this could have destroyed it. Actually, in that period, it destroyed his life. But he was a guy who actually battled this and came out of it, and he's a different man. So I don't think his future decisions got affected because of that, because he was completely out of it. He was completely clean after that.
Right. Okay. And yesterday was Father's Day, and Ranbir was there on Twitter, and Jadoo Ki Jhappi was trending. Now, I think Sanjay Dutt had a very, very interesting relationship with his father, in terms of that initially it was being said that the reason why he got onto drugs was the fact that his father was not entirely there during his growing up days, and he was too busy, and maybe that's why, and he was sent off to boarding school, and that's how he got sucked into it as well. But gradually, the way his father just literally stood by him in every way whatsoever, in spite of, and just keeping his own image so clean. Like, I think Surinder Saab was, I think no one will say, I was talking to Paresh Rawal Saab as well, that उनकी जो last journey थी, जिस तरीके के लोग आए हैं, उमड़े हैं, it is seen rarely. So how do you look at this father-son relationship? And as you said in that interview that I was talking about, you also mentioned about your relationship with your father. Do you see a correlation somewhere when you are actually just working on that?
See, this film is actually, what attracted me to this film was the father-son relationship and a friend relationship. Because rest of Sanju's life is known to people.
जी.
People know he did drugs. People know he kept the gun. All that material is available to. There are documentaries made on him. There's so much written material on the internet.
जी.
So the core thing, what was happening in that house when he was going through this drug journey or this thing. So it's primarily a father-son story and a friendship story. तो वो आप देखेंगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा. And that's a story I've tried to explore. And I think I have some fascination for father-son stories. In fact, somebody pointed it out. I didn't even think it like that. Somebody said आपका मुन्ना भाई में भी वो था. Three Idiots also had a specific father-son, that Maddie scene with
जी.
Parikshit Sani and
Parikshit Sani sir.
yeah, and how so maybe there's a natural liking because I had a very interesting relationship with my dad, and so maybe these things keep coming back and in some kind of a form.
Right.
So this film is, yeah, you will see it. It's a father-son story.
Right. In fact, in Munna Bhai MBBS, there is a scene of Sunil Dutt Sahab with Nawazuddin. He was just starting out at that point of time. He was a thief, which has been taken from your personal life story of your father.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you look back at that now, maybe when during the making of the film, were you thinking about it? Because you've worked with, I think you have a privilege of working with Sunil Dutt Sahab, and you've seen both of them together in some space as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a film that Sahab was doing after 16 years. He had stopped making films.
Right.
He was in politics, member of parliament, and so when we approached him to do this film, he very willingly agreed. I think he also wanted to work with his son. They didn't have never done a film together.
Right.
They had never shot together, as in no scenes together. So I had the good fortune of watching him firsthand and seeing that old school discipline. We had grown up as kids watching their films. So he used to be like 9 o'clock shift means he'll be there 8:30.
Yeah.
He had asked his script should be written in Urdu and given to him.
Wow.
So we had got a Urdu writer and all his dialogues, all his scenes were written in Urdu and given it to him. And what was very moving for me was that whenever we do dubbing, कि फिल्म शूटिंग हो जाती है, फिर एडिट होती है, फिर डब होती है, तो डब पहुँचते पहुँचते 6-8 महीने लग जाते हैं फिल्म को. तो जब एक्टर्स डब करने आते हैं तो वी कैरी आर scenes, whatever scene, whichever actor is dubbing, we place that in front of the mic because nobody carries the script. But when Dutt Sahab came after 6 months to dub the film, he was carrying his script. He walked onto the mic, he says, "Kaun sa scene hai bolo?" Then he flipped it, and so you saw there's a method of working which was adapting. I remember I used to coax him कि सर शॉट देख लीजिए मॉनिटर के ऊपर आके, तो कहते नहीं यार हमारे ज़माने में तो मॉनिटर होता ही नहीं था, हमने कभी नहीं देखा, एंड दैट्स अ जॉब ऑफ अ डायरेक्टर. मैं क्यों देखूंगा, आप बताओ ठीक है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो मैं फिर से करता हूँ. एंड देयर वर टाइम्स व्हेन वी हैड मल्टीपल टेक्स एंड ही वुड स्टैंड देयर लाइक अ रॉक स्टार एंड डू इट, एंड यू कुड सी द डिसिप्लिन ऑफ अ एक्टर देयर.
Right. In fact, Ranbir told me that one of his favorite scenes from the movie is the death scene of Dutt Sahab, and that's what he feels.
अच्छा, we're talking of this film.
Yes,
हाँ,
of Dutt
मैंने
Sahab.
उसमें कहा आगे, हाँ.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very interesting scene. You will, as you see the film, it's a very moving scene.
Right.
Yeah.
So one thing that everyone is talking about is what you've managed to just cull out of Ranbir Kapoor. In fact, I just read a comment from one of his fans on his interview that what Raju Irani has done with Ranbir Kapoor is that he has brought him out of his comfort zone. Maybe he was doing like a similar kind of roles in terms of like being the lover boy. He's a fantastic actor. He was really good in all of them as well. So do you feel that you've brought him out of your of a comfort zone that maybe he had been sucked into? And the point of time that at when you had just signed him, he was not at the peak of his career. A few of his films had not worked. But obviously you don't think from that perspective. You had Sanjay Dutt for Munna Bhai MBBS, and it became rest is history for them.
You have to cast basically depending on, you have to cast after the script is done. You say this is the right choice for the actor, so you have to look at your scripts like that. So I don't know. I don't think anybody thought कि हम comfort zone से बाहर आ रहे हैं, कर रहे हैं. ये हमको लगा ये script है, ये है और ये करना है. So all I can say is my interaction with him has been absolutely amazing. I have seen total dedication and इनफैक्ट हिज फियर्स वर इनिशियली कि मैं कैसे लगूंगा, हाउ विल आई लुक लाइक संजय दत्त,
Right.
इवन इफ आई लुक लाइक हाउ विल आई एबल टू एक्ट आउट लाइक हिम, यू नो, वो मैनरिज्म्स थोड़ा ज़्यादा करूंगा तो कैरिकेचर्स लगेगा, ये कम करूंगा. बट देन ही सैट हियर फॉर months together. I think we spent about 3 months just to get the look right. वो करता गया, शक्ल अलग अलग होती थी, मैच नहीं होता था. Till one day we kind of got it. And even for the shoot, he had to come at 3 in the morning to, like we used to have 7 o'clock shift in the morning. तो 7 से we start setting, 8 बजे शॉट होता है हम लोग का पहला. तो 3 बजे आके मेकअप करता था 4-5 घंटे बैठ के रात को. Sometimes we shot in lonely remote places. मैं थोड़ा 1 घंटा पहले पहुंच जाता हूँ, शूट पे पहुंचता था तो एक लाइट जल रही है, दिखता था वो एक वैन, कोई नहीं है वहाँ पे, उसके सिर्फ ओनली मेकअप टीम इज देयर, वो अकेला बैठ के मेकअप करवा रहा है. तो दीज आर थिंग्स यू डोंट सी वेरी ऑफन. एंड आई स्टार्टेड हिम, इनफैक्ट आई टोल्ड हिम द अदर डे, आई सेड आई सॉ सम ऑफ योर अदर वर्क नाउ. आई हैड सीन, ऑफ कोर्स आई हैड सीन हिज वर्क, बट आई सॉ सम एड्स और सम अदर स्टफ एंड आई सॉ हाउ एक्सप्रेसिव he is. Actually, he wants to play around with his face. एक लाइन बोल रहा है, उसके में वो 4 एक्सप्रेशन देके कुछ बहुत मस्ती कर रहा है. But that's something I didn't see in this film. So then I realized कि how he had actually curtailed and cut down all that together to become Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah.
He had kind of say कि अब मेरे mannerisms इसमें नहीं आने चाहिए, वो करना चाहिए. तो you realize the strength of an actor when you see some of his other work.
Right. So as you said in the beginning that you're coming out of your comfort zone. In this film, this is the first time, and I'm quite confident about that you're having a film, you're having a character, a main character, who's undergoing transformation, be it in terms of weight transformation, just gaining weight and losing weight, be it like transformation in terms of hair and the entire physical structure, the clothes, everything. You've not done this before.
No, we did that. Aamir had done that in 3 Idiots, where he had to. Suddenly, he was coming out of Ghajini with that big body, and he had to become like
I'm
a schoolboy.
In the movie, like
within the movie,
within the movie,
it
hasn't been there because I think because it becomes interesting. So I think Aamir was more or less consistent both in PK and 3 Idiots as far as the movie is concerned. Before that, obviously, he did that. How was that experience? Because and was it a bit risky? Because these are things that people are there to. Right now, everyone is praising it, but the thing is that if anything was amiss, that यार ये तो संजय दत्त नहीं लग रहा है, यार ये तो he is looking a bit too youngish and not exactly the age that they are trying to portray. People are ruthless these days. On social media, I can give you many examples. They tend to be ruthless, and you guys have been getting a unanimously like a very positive feedback, and it's not easy. Trust me, in today's times, it's not easy.
Not easy. I know. I completely understand.
So to get that right, how important was it for you?
No, it was extremely important to get his look right for the simple reason that it is a biopic of a actor whose face you know. If it was a biopic of an unknown man, as in who's relatively not so much in your face in the media, in the news, you know, biopics could be of unsung heroes, and so if you don't know that person's face, then you can take liberties ki even if it's not a 100% match, you can pass by, people will not this thing. Now Sanjay Dutt is an actor and he's a living actor, he's around there, his films are coming, you see him every day. So if we take another actor and make him, and we say okay, this is Sanjay Dutt, I can't say ki okay, Nawazuddin will now play Sanjay Dutt. It won't look like that. So with due respect to Nawazuddin, he's a fantastic actor.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So when you take a Ranbir to make him, so we have to say कि थोड़ा सा लगना चाहिए, ज़्यादा लगेगा तो कैरिकेचरिश हो जाएगा, कम लगेगा तो look was of a big primary importance. In fact, Ranbir में decided कि अगर if we can't match the looks, we won't make it. तो हमने कहा 3 महीने हम लगाते हैं इसको. We got the best teams. We got people from, you know, we had Clover who was doing prosthetics. We had Vikram Gaikwad. We have Alim. So there was like big team working on him to get that look right. Costumes and everything. Eka was doing costumes. बहुत मेहनत हुई उसको. पर फिर एक दिन आया ऐसा लगने लगा कि अब ये हो गया. Now the challenge while making the film was because he had to gain weight. So we decided to shoot in reverse.
Right, yeah, that's what it was.
We said let him gain weight.
Gain weight, yeah.
And
17-18 kgs.
एक हम older looks खत्म कर लेंगे, then he'll 1-1.5 महीना शूट नहीं करेंगे, and which he'll start losing weight.
Right.
फिर और करेंगे, फिर ऐसा करते करते हम रिवर्स में आएंगे. And which is what he did. He was very dedicated with his diet. He had a special person always with him, controlling his food, exercise, everything, so that he could lose. So वो gaps आते थे shoot में. In fact, we shot the film pretty quickly, but there were gaps in between to do all that.
Right.
So I think we've been fortunate that we managed to get the look right and his performance right on that.
Right, sir. Now, apart from that, as you spoke about in the beginning, that laugh, cry, and drama, जो आपका formula है, sir, it can easily go wrong. Because the fact is that when you're showing the death of like maybe Nargis ji on not well and seriously unwell, and you're presenting it in a satirical manner. There are several scenes which you're presenting in a satirical manner. Even the fact that when he's begging, you're showing it in a satirical manner. So these things, they can easily go wrong. Yeah, that it's such a serious emotion, and you're presenting it in a satirical, in a funny manner. You've always been doing it. You've done it in all your films. I think best example is 3 Idiots में जो जब ये लोग उनके शर्मन के घर पे जाते हैं और उनके जो फादर होते हैं उनका बाल उसमें लग जाता है. I think that's a hilarious scene, but the fact is that he's seriously unwell as well. Where do you just derive your confidence from?
No,
it's not easy, sir.
No, you have to be true to your subject. वहाँ the intention was to make you laugh. वहाँ we are making fun of a, हम बोल रहे थे ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट के ज़माने की फिल्मों में ऐसा देखा जाता था, ऐसे कैरेक्टर्स होते थे, बिन ब्याही बहन और एक बीमार फादर, और so the intention was not to make, it's satire, it's the intention was to make you laugh. So if I'm doing a death scene here, I will not make you laugh. The intention will not be to make you laugh. So you address the scene according to the emotion you need. You're not saying कि मैं laughter हर जगह घुसा दूंगा. So in fact, this film is a lot of drama. That's why I'm saying it's a little different from what I've done earlier. This film is more drama than humor. So one has to see it. But I strongly believe that you need to engage a viewer, and that not necessarily you have to engage them with humor. You can engage them with drama. You can even scare the hell out of them. Show them a horror film; they'll still be engaged. You have to catch an emotion and say कि ये मेरे film का emotion है, and be honest to that emotion. In fact, if you look at the best classics we have, you look at a Mughal-e-Azam or a Diwar or this, they're not humor films. It's not कि humor is, in fact, the most difficult emotion sometimes I feel, and to keep you engrossed for 3 hours is very difficult.
100%.
But you have to be true to the subject, and so even when I look at a PK or even 3 years, I think it's not that they're continuously humorous.
Yeah.
There are a lot of emotional things we are saying, a lot of things we are saying. So similarly, this film is, to me, it's more a drama film than anything else.
नहीं सर, ह्यूमर तो आपका ऐसा होता है कि दैट आई मस्ट गिव यू एन एग्जांपल बिफोर यू मूव ऑन. अभी जैसे ईद की इसी नमाज पढ़ने के लिए मैं गया था, तो वहाँ पर हमें चप्पलें जैसे रखते हैं ना पर उसमें, तो इमीडिएटली द थॉट दैट केम्स टू माय माइंड वाज कि दैट अगर आपको चप्पलें एक्सचेंज करना है तो दिस इज द बेस्ट प्लेस. सो एंड आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी व्हेन आई केम बैक एंड आई फाउंड माय So there's so many scenes that we can possibly. All right, and so we've taken a few fan questions. We'll move on to that, but before that, ideally I can keep going on, and there's so many questions. But one I think important question will be, sir, that you use the music very very effectively in all your films. You use the music brilliantly. Be it I think 3 Idiots is बहती हवा सा था वो जाने नहीं देंगे. There's so many. लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई, PK में I think that भगवान तू कहाँ है रे, I think another,
those are my favorite songs.
अरे another level altogether, sir. Here we have only 2 songs have come out so far, and Kar Har Maidan Fateh. I think Sukhwinder Singh is going on another level altogether, and everyone is saying that it's going to be the anthem of sort in terms of how to motivate one's own self. If you could please tell us something about the music of the film, and how crucial is it?
See, music to Indian cinema has somehow become synonymous with films. कि वो होता ही है यार music. ज़रूरी नहीं है. A lot of films are now also being made without, but I like music and we feel. But there are 2 kinds of music also. एक होता है कि it's a great audio thing and it's disconnected from the film. कि कुछ हुआ एक गाने में काट दिया. I feel very unsafe with that. I feel it should take the story forward. So like this Har Maidan Fateh, as you're hearing, is a song which actually takes the story forward. It's this battle with drugs when he's fighting that out, and that whole song comes in. And yes, you're right, Sukhwinder has sung it extremely well, and it's been done by a new music director called Vikram Montrose. This is his first film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think he's done a fantastic job in doing this. There's one more song he's done, and similarly that Badhiya is in a way connected because there's a scene in the film where his father tells him तू lip sync ठीक से नहीं करता यार, तेरे lips match नहीं होते. तो one day he gets a little high and he says कि my dad thinks I can't do it, let me show you guys. तो वो club में these people are
Right.
singing, and he kind of tries to lip sync to his this thing.
Right.
And there are many more songs which will start gradually coming out. There are two wonderful tracks which Rahman has done. And so there are actually three people who worked. Apart from Vikram, there's Rohan and Rohan who had done Ventilator.
Ji.
They've done two songs. And two have been done by Rahman, who we kind of pulled him at the last minute. And we told him we need your help too. So, because he usually does an album,
Sure.
and he just came in to come in as a guest composer, and he said, okay, I will, help you out on these two tracks. So they'll soon be coming out.
Great. So there are now six songs.
songs, yeah.
6 songs in totality. Okay, so we'll take a few fan questions. There are loads of them, but I think they're pretty interesting. So, fan question with Raju sir. This is Sabah from Mombasa, Kenya. Will there be a sequel to PK with Amir, Ranbir and Anushka in the future, considering the ending of the film?
She's from Mombasa. I've been to Mombasa just for.
Okay.
It's a lovely place. It actually reminds me like Goa.
Oh, okay.
In Kenya. It's a fantastic place. And right now, there's no plan to have a sequel of PK as of now, but we definitely want to do it at some stage, but right now we don't have a script. We had a couple of ideas, but we've not really worked on them. And the intention was never that time that because Ranbir has come, it was like that last film, when we ended that film, Amir used to go away, and in all our test screenings, people felt कि यार Amir चला जाता है तो ये तो अच्छा नहीं हो यार. Everybody was feeling sad.
Right.
They said we should leave the theatre happy. So we kind of twisted and we got Amir back. And I said, okay, the twist could be when people are expecting Amir to come back, let somebody else come out.
Yeah.
So you'll get a little smile on their faces. And that's how I requested Ranbir that time, would you do it? And he came and did that. And people thought they were coming up with a sequel, but there was no intention.
Well, I think the sequel is required more than ever before right now, because too many Godmen, sir. Too many of them actually. And
We have some thoughts, but haven't written it down yet.
all right. So this is Shashank from New Zealand. Sir, is it easy working with Amir sir or Ranbir, and how they are different in acting method, and who picks up quickly?
No, I consider myself very fortunate that I've got the opportunity to work with two of the finest actors whose dedication is completely. When I used to work with Amir, I felt yaar, such joy and great thing. मैं फिर कभी ऐसे कर पाऊँगा. Then came in Ranbir, same amount of dedication, tremendous understanding of the medium. So I can't really say कि ये ज़्यादा था ये कम, वो compare तो मुझे करना ही नहीं चाहिए. I think I've been very fortunate to work with these two guys there, because when an actor is dedicated to the film, is bliss for a director. It's complete bliss for a director कि वो है आपके साथ, वो लगा हुआ, वो फिल्म की सोच रहा है, वो सिर्फ अपनी नहीं सोच रहा है. Like even if I call out Ranbir now, I said Ranbir, come, we have to do this. He will come. I know कि. So there's never कि ये यार अभी क्यों कर रहा है कि नहीं. Anything for the film. So Amir has always been there for the film. Similarly, Ranbir has always been there for the film. So it's complete happiness to work with both of them.
Great. So this is Apurva from Pune. I cannot help but imagine Raju Irani remaking the Truman Show. It would be so great. I think it has some influence on his filmmaking as well. And which of the currently working directors you admire? So he's saying that if you could like
Truman
remake
Show. Yeah, I've seen that film. I love that film. But I don't know whether we can remake. But I don't know whether we should remake. But I definitely love that film. I love Jim Carrey in it. And who are the filmmakers I admire? See, I think every filmmaker has some work which you admire. So it's not that you say कि यार मैं बस forget even in Hollywood or everywhere you pick up, there are various filmmakers which their individual films you would admire. So I've loved what Imtiaz has done. I like still go back to his Jab We Met and I say यार क्या फिल्म बनाई थी Imtiaz. I met him, I say कमाल की फिल्म बनाई थी.
Right.
I like Basu's work. I like Kashyap's work. I saw Anurag's that small short story he's done, Love Stories. Last night only I saw it. And it was fantastically done. So I said, naam nahi chhud jane chahiye. But I said, anyway, you look around and there are many filmmakers. Bansali's work I like, what he does with his scale. I look at it and say, yaar, main kar sakta hu, nahi kar sakta hu. His understanding of shooting like that is tremendous. So all of us, you look at the work and everybody has their own strengths and which you want to see.
Right.
learn from that.
Talking about Bhansali, so do you feel that there are a few limitations in terms of how creative people can express themselves, whatever happened with his movies? You experienced that in PK as well. Do you feel that the limitations are increasingly becoming more and more in terms of creative expression as far as filmmakers concerned?
I definitely feel what happened with him was sad. यानी नहीं होना चाहिए. There was hardly any reason, but finally what the film he made was in no way, demeaning anyone, any community. He in fact was glorifying that community. So people should not prejudge a film. People should actually, and there's a sense about sitting out doing the job. So yes, we do feel at times that cinema, we are soft targets because we are close to the release. You want the film to release and anybody pounces on the film. So that little fear is there ki yaar kyun? And people do it without seeing the film. So it's sad. It's sad. It should not be happening.
Right. Okay. So this is Sardar from Kurdistan, Iraq. Post Sanju, will you work with Ranbir, Amir, or Sanjay Dutt?
I would love to work with all of them in one film.
In fact, all of them were there in PK.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting Ranbir was there. That's a problem.
Yeah. He says
In fact,
that
somebody asked me कि आप पहली फिल्म की आप दूसरी करोगे क्या? तो I should have said कि यार वो तो पहले कर चुका हूँ.
in fact, Ranbir says that PK is my biggest hit so far. So this is very interesting question. So Pritesh from Hyderabad, your favorite look of Ranbir from Sanju? There's so many looks.
Yeah, my favorite look is the oldest look. This one, right in the center.
Okay.
This is, and if you go on YouTube and see Sanju, when Sanju came out of jail, this is absolutely matching that look. And I remember when we had cracked this look, I took a long shot and I sent it to Sanju on WhatsApp. And he sent me back question marks. So he was wondering he literally told me कि मेरी फोटो क्यों भेज रहा है मुझे. So this was that close when we cracked it. And this is my favorite look.
In fact, as I was telling you, I saw this interview of yours yesterday, and you spoke about when he was inside the jail and they were doing a play, and you happened to visit the jail. And while you were coming back, so he thought that maybe you'll be turning back and looking at him, and he stood there for 40 minutes, hoping that you'll come. How do you look at that vulnerability of that man? That that love that he craves for, and people whom he can trust, and the way he values them. I really found the story very interesting.
Yeah,
the way he's told it.
He keeps a lot of it inside, and he doesn't really express himself completely, his love and this thing. I find him to be a guy who has got no hidden agenda.
Ji.
You know, a lot of people were talking, there's something else, there's no hidden agenda, there's no malice, there's love for everyone. He might abuse that person also, but it's with irritation of some sort. But generally he's a very loving and very giving person.
Right.
Sanju is very loving and giving. So that moment was very special. He didn't know that I was coming to the jail. Because they were doing a play, so they had invited me. It's a play, so as a film director, you come and see if you can give some tips to the.
Right.
So it was not just Sanju; it was a whole team of people who were in jail. So I thought this is a great opportunity. I can go there. So I was in Delhi. I remember we were shooting PK, and my shoot was to start in 2 days. And they said, "This is the date." So I said, "Yeah, I'll come." So I flew straight from Delhi. I almost missed the flight. They said 10:30 पहुंच जाना. We went there, and unlike other people who have to meet through barriers, they took me to the hall where they were rehearsing. And Sanju had no idea. So the jailer took me, and he was at a distance, and I could from the back recognize he was in that jail clothes. Topi was there, and somebody tapped him, one of the other convicts, and Sanju turned, and he had this big beard. It's not him. This look. This is exactly like this hair actually. So he turned and he saw me and he was shocked. And he came there and then he just held my hand and sat there. I could see tears in his eyes and he was shocked, how am I here? वो बैठ के बातें करता रहा. Then they told him कि चलो अभी perform करके दिखाओ play. And he was embarrassed and I was embarrassed. And he said, यार, मैंने तो उनके साथ काम किया है, इनको तो पता है मैं कैसे एक्टिंग करता हूँ. So and I was feeling embarrassed कि यार they're forcing him to. But they said, "No, we've called him to see the play, and so please do it so that he can suggest something." So finally, he had to get up and there were other people also. They all did that whole performance, and he was sitting. I was sitting and watching that. Beyond a point, I couldn't control my tears there. And fantastic job. And other guys who were there with him, they were absolutely amazing.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
So the best part about when you talk, even in the interviews, is like, as I was telling these guys, that you're talking about the guy who choreographed. He was there for 2 months.
I told you that, or did I say that?
You said that in that interview, and that when they came back to just pick him up for just choreographing, so he said that, please don't tell my parents. Okay, this is interesting. This is Apurva Gaikwad. He once mentioned that he loves Guru Dutt's Pyasa and Hrishikesh Mukherjee's Anand. Has anyone noticed that he depicts social issues like Dutt Saab and presents it in a Hrishikesh Mukherjee manner? Maybe that's why he's the best Indian director since Ray.
Oh God, that's
so best
too much
Indian
of pressure.
director since Ray. But do you find that's Mr. Guru Dutt and Hrishikesh Mukherjee as your inspirations?
See, any good cinema you see, you get influenced by it here. So I had not seen any of Guru Dutt's film till I went to the Film Institute, because that was before our era of growing up. And so the first film I saw was Pyasa, and that was Sundays we used to get to see that one Hindi film. So Sunday, and then lunch would happen after that. And I saw Pyasa and was blown. I was in tears and I couldn't get up. So I was hiding my face. I waited for everyone to leave the theatre. Then I got up and I just couldn't. I said, "Ye kya film hai yaar? Ye kya? What songs yaar? Sahir Ludhiani ke kya likhe hue gaane, and what lyrics and performance, and how they've made this film."
Right.
Then I ended up seeing more of. So I think anything you, not only in films, in life you see, so something stick in your mind, and those things then come out in some different form while you're writing. So what are we actually? A sum total of our experiences, memories, and that's what will emerge out of us. So, so I guess we also need to keep kind of, infusing ourselves with more experiences, more stories,
Absolutely. Okay, so sir, we have a rapid fire that will be done in a couple of minutes only. So, but it's interesting. Trust me, you'll like it. You'll like it. Especially आपके लिए design किया है. So, rapid fire with Raju Hirani. A film genre that you think you will never adapt to. Any film genre that you think that you'll never adapt to.
Religious films.
What will you do if you're stuck in an elevator with Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, and Meryl Streep?
I'll talk to Meryl Streep.
Okay, Sanju is ... There are a few options. If you can tell us that which one do you feel is the correct one. Sanju is ... Turkey, a victim of circumstances, not a terrorist, a mystery, a survivor.
Many things. But some I'll leave for the film to unfold. But I'll definitely say he's a survivor.
Survivor. All right. So, what will you do if you meet the following filmy characters? What will you do if you meet the following filmy characters? Rancho from 3 Idiots. If you meet Rancho now from 3 Idiots, what will you do? What tell him and anything?
Oh God. I will say Rancho, all is well. All is well.
All right. Gandhiji from Lage Rao Munna Bhai. If you meet Gandhiji from Lage Rao Munna Bhai.
Oh God. I guess I'll be in tears.
Yeah.
I've been influenced by his life, and rapid fire छोड़ के एक story सुना देता हूँ. When Dilip Prabhalkar was playing Gandhiji, when we did his first look test, we used to come to office every day in his pant shirt and this thing, and we had to do some little bit of prosthetics on his face and clothes. So all that was happening in the makeup room, and then I was sitting outside visiting and coming out, and after 2-3 hours he emerged, and he had done everything and he walked. And when he walked, trust me, I felt I just bowed down and touched his.
Too good.
I bowed down and touched his feet. I thought Gandhiji had come.
Too good. Too good.
So
what a casting!
Yeah.
What a casting!
So I don't know what will happen. Gandhiji comes, I would be. Maybe I'll show him Lage Rao Munna Bhai.
All right. What will you do if you meet Dr. Asthana from Munna Bhai MBBS?
I'll ask him to give me that pen, which he gave to Rancho.
No, sir. This is Dr. Asthana.
Oh, sorry.
Dr. Asthana from
See,
Munna
होता है
Bhai.
बबन के साथ यही होता है. बबन का दोनों रोल मिक्स कर देता हूँ. बबन हाँ.
That was virus. Yeah.
हाँ. So if I meet Asthana, I would ask him why did he stop that girl dancing in the ward here? He should have let it continue.
Okay. What will you do if you meet Devdas Shah Rukh's Devdas today?
What will I do with Shah Rukh's Devdas today? I'll offer him a drink.
All right. So, what describes Raju Irani the best, apart from being a fantastic filmmaker, writer, and editor? Okay, so there are 4 options. If you can tell us that what you feel describes you the best: rationalist, humanist, observer of life, non-conformist.
Rationalist.
Rationalist. Okay. सिर्फ rationalist पे मतलब पूरा इंटरव्यू हो सकता है. There's so much to discuss. So, your biggest inspiration other than Charlie Chaplin?
Many actually. As I said, it's not about one person. It's about so many people, so many directors. Rishikesh Mukherjee here, Guru Dutt here, Milos Forman, Man Who Made One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest there, Billy Wilder, Frank Capra. So there are many individual films of many people have influenced our life. Yeah.
Great. So within rapid fire, we have a section called Ye Ya Wo, either or. So if you have to choose one, sir, pakode ya dal pakwan?
बारिश हो तो पकोड़े, otherwise दाल पकवान.
Munna Bhai 3 या PK 2, film that you want to make now?
Munna Bhai 3.
Okay. Rancho या Munna Bhai, who's more inspiring?
Both together.
Editing या direction?
Editing.
Okay, your films have some catchy hook lines that become part of the collective subconsciousness of the nation. If you have to pick 2 favorite hook lines, what would they be? I'll give you options as well. Okay, Jadoo Ki Jhappi, Mamu, Vinamrata, Chemical Locha, All Is Well, Balatkar, Tohfa Qabul Kijiye, Dancing Car,
Oh God.
Wrong Number या लुल?
जादू की छप्पी.
एक और कर सकते हैं सर.
जादू की छप्पी and
मामू, विनम्रता, केमिकल लोचा, ऑल इज वेल, बलात्कार, तोहफा कबूल कीजिए, डांसिंग कार.
I think Chemical Locha was interesting to say that there's some chemical imbalance. Chemical Locha was interesting.
Right, and too many wrong numbers around these days.
Wrong number also. I love wrong number.
All right, so thank you very much. As I mentioned that there's so many things to discuss, and thank you very much for your time, and congratulations for the huge buzz that you have for Sanju, and I think everyone is confident that it's going to be like received really well. You don't believe in box office, but I'm sure that more and more people will be watching it, and looking forward to much more stuff from you. Thanks so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.
Hi, this is Raju Hirani, and you're watching me on Bollywood Hungama.